Hi everybody. I am just kind of looking at the internet news sites about the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy. So today is November 1st, 2012. Hurricane Sandy hit 3 days ago. They say that, society can last about 72 hours before it starts to break down, and we're kind of hitting that point. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here over the next few days, because as of today, and the site that I'm looking at right now is the Drudge Report, and it has up here, the gas lines is a big story that I'm hearing a lot about, where there's just not enough gas. Electricity's still out. This other story here is a local news story that Drudge grabbed about people going through this dumpster for food. And I actually think that they overplayed this. I believe this is a grocery store that just started throwing everything away, and there's probably enough good stuff in there that people are just grabbing it because it's free and it's there, rather than they're I don't think they're starving yet, but I could be wrong. Anyway, the whole point of this is, and why I decided to make a video, and when I do videos, I don't do a whole lot of them. I want to be able to provide some useful information, and this one I'm going to call, why be a prepper, or why prepare. And if you are a prepper today, and I know you've heard the people kind of make fun of you. I get it from, the people at work. As a matter of fact, there's nobody outside of my immediate family that knows that I do videos. I just don't talk about it because they think I'm crazy. But when you look at what's happening right now in New Jersey and in New York, where, there are people that are hungry, the looters are going out of control. I heard a story where, there are people that are literally, locking themselves and boarding themselves in the homes because of these gangs of kids. I think they're calling them wolf packs, that are just roaming the streets and taking anything they possibly can. And society is breaking down to a point where, you want to be prepared for something like this. And if you're not prepared, and you're sitting in line for hours for gasoline, you're going to be kicking yourself in the rear end. And what I'm hoping is that somebody watches this video, or somebody starts surfing through YouTube and says, why prepare? And they come across this and say, you know what, there's enough evidence today where, when you look at Hurricane Sandy, and when you look at the storms that came through from Ohio down through D.C. this summer, and people were out of power for a week, it's how do you handle that? And, and back to this report over here, the guy doing the news report did say, he saw families there with young children. And the one thing that really got me when I was kind of starting to dabble in preparing, I saw a video. It was actually Afro Prepper, who does a lot of pretty good videos. He said something to the effect of, how are you going to feel when your child is hungry and you can't feed them? And I thought at that point in time, I'm not going to let that happen. I don't care if people make fun of me. I don't care if I don't care about anything other than taking care of my family, of course. And, ever since then, I have just prepared within the means of what we can do here. I don't think I would never last on the Doomsday Prepper show, because I'm not an extreme. I would consider myself to be a practical prepper, where I prep almost every day. I do something productive or something positive from a prepper's perspective. It's kind of hard to say. And but if a storm was to come through where I am, I wouldn't have to sit in line for gasoline, or go through a dumpster for food. And the other thing that I was kind of doing was just looking at some images, because, like I said, the looters, here's a picture of a place that was looted, and then you start to see a lot of this you loot, I shoot kind of stuff. and just the devastation there. Here's a picture of apparently they got some of them, so that's good. But I don't want to be in the position where I cannot take care of my family, no matter what the circumstances are. And it's not necessarily that doomsday is going to come and we need to be bunkered down, or be in a bunker for 6 months. It is, what if a storm comes through, a freak storm? I mean, how many people thought that a hurricane this strong was going to hit New Jersey, New York, and the East Coast? Or the summer storm was going to come through and do the damage that it did. You don't know what's going to happen. It's a good idea to prepare in the event of something happening, so you can take care of your family, you can feed your family, you can protect your family, and get through these short duration type periods, let alone the long term. So anyway, if you are considering, why should I prep, please do a little bit more research on Hurricane Sandy. It'll be interesting to see what happens from here Thursday, November 1st for the next week, and see how bad things get. I surely hope they don't get any worse. I hope that they get power back on and they can get back to normal life. But the way that it looks right now is it's still going to be a while before power's fully restored, before they can get back to any form of normalcy. And it's going to be a challenge for these folks. So keep them in your prayers, and donate to the Red Cross or any charitable organization that you think can do some good for these these fellow Americans. And we'll get through it, and let's just hope for the best. So anyway, I appreciate you watching, and I will talk to you again soon. Thanks.